Hey guys, today I'm going to answer the question of what may be 7 reasons why Frogan's case is not updating on Court Listener. The last time we covered Frogan's case, she had to respond to Ethan Klein's lawsuit by October 5th. Now, this was an extension. So if you remember, she was dodging, evading service. A very weird thing happened where it was some random person that clearly wasn't described as her who received substitute service, and that was enough to get her to contact Ethan's lawyer. So she hired a lawyer, and that's how they found her. Her lawyer contacted Ethan's lawyer, and they worked on a schedule. Now, the schedule was to give her a lot of time. They gave her 2 months to come up with a response. As you already know, we have the other 2 cases. One of the cases, Denon's, is actually in the same court district as her. So it's kind of interesting that you have 2 parallel cases at literally the same time in the same area, but one of them is going like it normally does, and the other one, there's been no updates. So I'll give you 7 reasons why there are no updates, and you let me know in the comments below what you think the reason could be. Case is under sealed or confidential. Some cases are sealed by the judge, meaning filings and updates are hidden from the public. Reasons include protecting minors, trade secrets, national security, or sensitive personal information. So if the judge is requested this by Frogan and he or she agrees, then it's no longer public. So one of the reasons that that would mean the case is continuing to go, it's just no longer public. And this would also prevent Ethan Klein from commenting on it, which is another interesting part of this, right? You would think Ethan Klein would really hammer this home that she's missed her deadline by, as of this video, 15 days, over 2 weeks. In camera proceeding, sometimes a judge reviews evidence or documents in camera. We saw this with H3 Snark. Privately in chambers, these proceedings don't appear in the public docket until a ruling is made, if ever. It's a way to balance transparency with confidentiality. Typically, we'll see a request for in-camera hearing, and we'll see the judge respond to that request. So we will see that type of information, but it could be even more personal than that. Clerical or system delays. Again, it always could be a system problem, right? Court listener could not be updating. Maybe the court system is not updating. The reason I don't think this would be the cause is due to Denon's case. Denon's case is exactly in the same court system, and her case is updating like it should be updating. Frogan's case filed at the same time, no updates. Settlement or dismissal in progress. If the parties reach a settlement, this is why I would take a guess here. If the parties reach a settlement, they might file motions under seal or delay dismissal paperwork. During that period, the docket can appear frozen, even though the case is wrapping up behind the scenes. This is very common. So if you're a lawyer, you know this. During settlement, the judge is very happy because the judge does not have to make a decision. So they don't have to make it all public until the very end. This makes the most sense, in my opinion, would be number 4, settlement, that maybe they're talking about a settlement. Frogan has deleted all the copyright. The first things he did was delete all the copyright infringement activities he had conducted, which is different from the other 2. I mean, you got Denon's who literally doubled down by posting the video again. So another reason, number 5, case transferred or consolidated. When a case moves to another jurisdiction or merges with another case, that's an interesting one, right? What if the case merges with the Denon's case? It makes sense. They're literally being sued for almost the same identical, and they are being sued for the same identical copyright infringement, and they're in the same identical court. It would save them fees, right? During that, the new case number will continue privately in the receiving court system. So if Denon's case is the main case, and it is the main case because we have the H3 Snark component, then maybe Frogan's case will be added to the Denon's case. Frogan will be added as a defendant to the Ethan Klein versus Denon's case. Number 6, restrictive court orders. Judges can issue protective orders limiting what can be made public, especially in civil or copyright lawsuits. This order may block filing or redactions until a later date. And then, of course, courts are not the most technical. They're not like Facebook. Some online court portals only display select documents, and often maybe it's not refreshing. I don't think that's the case because, again, Dennis is in the same exact court system. It would be really weird that like some cases are not refreshing and the other cases are. So there could be a lot of stuff. I think the main thing would be settlement or consolidation of the case. If you think about it from a resource perspective, and from a judge, the court's perspective, do you really want the court to have assigned 2 judges for this? And again, it's in the same Los Angeles District Court. It's the same court system. And do you really want them having possibly different decisions? And the answer is no. You do not want these to be appealed. And you have 2 cases. You have 2 defendants in very similar positions. You have the same exact plaintiff, his same exact copyright claims. It would be bizarre, I think, to separate it. I think it was bizarre a little bit, but that's how Ethan did it. Again, I think Ethan does have a case against each one of them, but to save the court time and money, right? It may just be easier to combine them because the last thing you want is 2 judges coming to 2 different conclusions on almost the identical case. Because then that means the one that doesn't come, that means they will both be appealed. So if Ethan Klein wins his case against Dennis and he loses his case against Frogan, he'll appeal the case against Frogan, and Dennis will appeal the case against him, which would lead. This is exactly what the court does not want, right? They do not want 2 different outcomes for a case that is so similar. So would it make sense for it to consolidate? I think so. Would it make sense for there to be settlement talks? I know Ethan has said he doesn't want to settle Frogan. That changes. His main battle, and this is obvious from right now, is with H-free snark. No matter what Frogan has done, and Frogan's done some pretty bad stuff, H-free snark is 10. I read 10 100 times worse. You read what they responded with, and you're just like, wow. This is not only bizarre, but it's really hateful towards Ethan and his family. So you got to kind of pick and choose the battles, right? And that's what Ethan did to begin with. He picked and chose these 3 individuals and H-free snark. It is my opinion that H-free snark has done far more harm to him and his family than Frogan has. So if that's the real target, that's a 740-page battle times 2. Times plus a USB drive on unknown capacity. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.